to the next room over where I could still hear my children crying and said, "You have two choices right now. One, you go to jail on a warrant that was out for an unpaid bill that I had at the current time. We take your children into custody, away from you, and away from your home, and away from Brandon, because we feel that there is abuse, and we have grounds to do this because of the neglect that happened on Christmas Eve that year. Or you come with us right now to an undisclosed location safe house." And I tried reasoning with them, and it did not work out, so I ended up leaving there with my children to go to an undisclosed location safe house where I was unallowed to contact my children's father, my boyfriend, partner. They told me that they would go out to the house and tell him what had happened and told him that I was forced into leaving, but instead they gave him a phone call, told him that this is what I wanted, and I left at my own free will, and that I just didn't want to be with him anymore. A week later, I was able to talk with Brandon and allowed to go see him myself so long as the children did not come home with me. Since then, I did go to see Brandon last Friday. Him and I were grilling out at home, and one pack of firecrackers was lit off. And we went back in the house, and as walking in the house, we saw 3 officers walking down our driveway. I went outside to talk to them.
Were they officers or were they
public?
They could be police.
They
public servants? Okay. Because you don't know if they were elected to office. Fair enough.
Did any of them show their oath of office?
No.
Say they had one?
Okay. Upon going outside, I did hand them a questionnaire, a public servant questionnaire. Turned down the radio as they'd asked me to, and stayed silent. Upon handing them the questionnaire, they threw it up in the air, said, "Arrest her," and as one cuffed me and did this to my wrist, the other 2 pulled out their guns and pointed them into our home at my boyfriend.
Do you know the officer's name that arrested you?
I don't, but they will be in the police report. Yeah. I was taken to jail and stayed overnight, released the next day on a signature bond in the amount of $500.
What was the reason for you?
Disorderly conduct, and also a Section 2 narcotic charge because they found one of my own prescription pain medications in my pocket, which they said they will drop that charge once it comes down to. Upon getting out of jail, I checked my voicemail, and I had a message from my 10-year-old boy saying, "Thanks a lot, Mom. I heard that you went to jail for drugs and guns." So I'm not, at this point, allowed to contact my child because when I was in jail, they had come and removed them from my babysitter and from my family.
I call it kidnapping. And let's call it the correct term. Your children were kidnapped by the corporation.
And lied to.
And lied to, yeah.
Upon exiting out of jail, I met Dave and my brother were waiting for me, and I was told that I was not allowed to go home because the police were searching my property to obtain my boyfriend Brandon, father of my children, into custody. After this, sometime, I did hear that Brandon had been arrested by 9 squad cars and at gunpoint. And his charges were that of, actually on the bottom of the warrant, observing, I have the exact charges.
There's probably quite a few because with 9 squad cars, they would have a lot of charges, eh?
Recklessly endangering safety by use of a dangerous weapon, criminal damage to property, disorderly conduct. I know that they tried to get him, they're putting a stalking charge on him, and several others as well.
Stalking who?
Our neighbors, which between our house and theirs. Our neighbors said that he was pacing back and forth by the fence. However, the fence is taller high than you or I.
And he was on his side of the
Yes,
fence.
he was. Yesterday at bond hearing, Brandon was released with a $5,000 cash bond.
Does anybody talk to those neighbors about that? So this came through the sheriff's department?
Yep. Also, I think it's important to be noted that on the way into town, I had asked one question, and that was, why are you guys trying to get Brandon so badly? And the cop answered me, I'm not, but Mark Bitsky was sent us out there under direct orders to make arrests.
Mark Bitsky ordered them to make arrests?
Yes.
That was witnessed to you by whom?
The public servant that drove me into town.
The public servant that drove you into town. Will you identify him? Well, we will. We will be. Okay. Then we'll look into that matter. Do not forget that. We will look into that.
My belief is that this is all, the arrests are connected. Our arrests, my children being taken, all of these investigations that we've been through, every questioning, every paper I was forced to sign has all been headed by Mark Bitsky. Brandon is now facing 9 to 15 years, I believe, in jail or prison, and it sure doesn't look good for him.
And there's
Having
no
those
inter-party
charges now.
and no witness statements, no decent affidavits of any charges being brought against him that are actually valid or could be tested under law.
And they never took my witness statement. I was witness that night to what had actually gone down. So that's pretty much a shortened story of what's happened to us.
Well, fair enough.
Question. When you were spoken to by the social worker and she gave you 3 choices, did you feel under threatened duress?
Yes.
Did you feel that way through this whole process?
Yes.
Is there any member of the grand jury that would like to question Crystal